Imagine spotting a jaguar in the wild, using nothing more than a smartphone and patience. Stay tuned. I'm about to share the secrets no one talks about. 10. Giant telephoto lenses. What it is: the massive 400mm plus 600mm lenses wildlife photographers often use. Why it's banned? These heavy beasts cost thousands, require tripods, and make you obvious. Rare animals will detect your presence. Also, the bulk limits mobility. Smart alternative: use a zoom lens on a smaller camera or even your phone with clip-on lens attachments and blend in more easily. Jantudine. Flash photography in the forest. What it is: using a bright flash to illuminate animals at dusk or dawn. Why it's banned? Flash can startle wildlife, scare them off, or change their behavior. Exactly what you don't want when spotting something rare. Smart alternative: use natural ambient light, go slow, and learn how to use your camera's low light settings or a small external LED panel subtly. Here, high-speed vehicle tours. What it is: zipping around in a Jeep or 4x4 through the habitat, hoping to find something rare quickly. Why it's banned? Speed creates noise and movement that ruin chances of spotting animals that rely on silence. Plus, you cover too much ground too fast and miss subtle action. Smart alternative: walk slowly, pick a hidden vantage point. Sit quietly. Sometimes you'll spot more by staying still than racing around. 7. Full-blown night vision scopes. What it is: specialist night vision or thermal scopes used to spot nocturnal animals from a distance. Why it's banned? These devices are expensive, draw attention, and may be restricted in many wilderness areas. They also change the natural behavior of the animals you're observing. Smart alternative: use a red filter flashlight. Set up quietly at dusk, learn to listen for subtle sounds, and use your phone's night mode watch and wait method. Bright colored clothing and gear. What it is: loud colors like bright orange, fluorescent green, neon pink backpacks, commonly bought for visibility or fashion. Why it's banned? These colors make you highly visible to wildlife, reducing your chances of being unnoticed, which is crucial when trying to observe elusive creatures. Smart alternative: wear earth tones, camouflage patterns, or muted colors. Keep gear silent and minimal so you fade into the background. Flashy camera tripods and equipment. Spread. What it is: setting up big tripods, lighting rigs, multiple cameras, microphones everywhere. Why it's banned? All that gear draws attention, causes movement when you adjust it, and often leads to missing the moment because you're fussing with equipment instead of watching. Smart alternative: use a compact travel tripod, minimal gear. Set it once and then let it be. Your attention should be on the wildlife, not on the gear. 4. Loud or intrusive calls and baits. What it is: using loud bird calls, recorded animal sounds, or baiting animals with food to draw them in. Why it's banned? It distorts natural behavior, can harm ecosystems, and often leads to habituated animals, or no sightings at all because you've alerted everything in the area. Smart alternative: learn natural calls, mimic softly, use scent naturally present, fallen fruit, track smells, avoid unnatural baiting, slow observation wins. Expecting perfect stillness and no movement. What it is: thinking you must remain completely motionless and silent for hours to see anything. Why it's banned? That can create tension, fatigue, and unnatural posture. You end up focusing more on staying still than noticing when the animal moves. Smart alternative: adopt a relaxed watch and wait posture, use breathing techniques, allow small shifts, and keep your focus outward. Your comfort helps you observe longer. 2. Only starting at dawn or dusk. What it is: believing that rare animals only appear at those golden hours and ignoring the rest of the day. Why it's banned? You miss unexpected movement and off-peak activity. Some rare animals forage midday, while others may be hidden at sunrise, sunset. If you only show up at popular times, you'll also face more competition from other viewers. Smart alternative: explore less popular hours, mid-morning, late afternoon. Use the element of surprise, and scan microhabitats, shadows, fallen logs, water's edge throughout the day. Relying solely on expensive gear. Instead of strategy. What it is: The belief that if you just buy the top gear, you will for sure spot a rare animal. Why it's banned. Gear without know-how is wasted. Pricey gear can actually hinder your flexibility, increase risk, and distract from the real game. Observation, patience, terrain knowledge, and timing. Smart alternative. Focus first on understanding animal behavior, reading signs, footprints, droppings, scratch marks. Learn terrain. Practice quiet movement. Then your gear becomes a tool, not the solution. Part 3, the outro, and now to wrap up. So there you have it. 10 items you should really consider banning from your wildlife spotting kit if your goal is to get close to rare animals without breaking the bank. The truth is, smarter strategy, stealthy behavior, and patience matter far more than the latest gear release. If you apply the hacks we've talked about, blending into your surroundings, choosing the right time, limiting gear, being quiet, using minimal but effective tools, you'll dramatically boost your chances of seeing that elusive creature in the wild. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss more wildlife hacks just like this. And if you want, leave a comment below telling me which rare animal you're chasing. I might feature it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there in the wild, quietly and smartly. As we wrap up this guide, let's take a moment to step back and really think about what it means to spot rare wildlife. Most people assume that the secret lies in owning the latest, most expensive camera or gear, the kind of equipment that can cost more than a small car. But here's the truth. The rarest moments in nature don't care about your gear. They care about your patience, your observation skills, and your ability to blend into the environment. Those are the things that actually open doors to experiences money can't buy. When you step into the wild, you are entering someone else's home. Every footprint, every rustle, every scent you leave behind can either bring you closer to a sighting or send an animal scurrying into the underbrush. That's why the strategies we covered, from wearing muted colors to moving slowly and quietly, aren't just tips. They are acts of respect toward the creatures you hope to see. And here's a little secret. Respect doesn't just benefit the animals, it benefits you too. It transforms the entire experience, making it more immersive, more rewarding, and ultimately more memorable. Let's talk about patience for a moment. This is something even experienced wildlife enthusiasts struggle with. It's not just waiting, it's a kind of active waiting. It's observing the wind, listening to subtle changes in the environment, noticing footprints, broken branches, or slight shifts in vegetation. It's about paying attention to the small signals that tell you an animal might be nearby. When you practice this kind of observation, every step becomes part of the story. Every quiet moment becomes an opportunity. You start to see patterns you never noticed before. And when the animal finally appears, even if only for a few seconds, it feels like a reward for all the effort, patience, and mindfulness you've invested. One of the most important lessons in spotting rare wildlife is learning to embrace unpredictability. Rare animals, by their very nature, are elusive. They don't follow schedules, they don't respond to camera gear, and they certainly don't appear just because you're ready. That unpredictability is part of the thrill. It's what makes every sighting feel extraordinary. You can plan, prepare, and study animal behavior for months, but the truth is, no plan can guarantee a sighting. The best you can do is maximize your chances by being quiet, observant, and adaptable. And that's where these wildlife hacks come into play. They give you the tools to tip the odds in your favor without spending a fortune. Another point worth emphasizing is the joy of slow exploration. In today's world, we are conditioned to rush, to tick off boxes, to reach destinations as quickly as possible. But in nature, slow is powerful. Walking slowly, listening carefully, scanning the terrain, and being ready to pause at a moment's notice allows you to notice things most people completely miss. A subtle movement in the grass, a glint of sunlight reflecting off an eye, the faint sound of wings. These are the moments that lead to unforgettable encounters. And the more you practice slow, mindful exploration, the more attuned you become to the environment. You start noticing patterns, animal habits, and even hidden signs that tell you where to look next. Let's also talk about humility. Nature has a way of reminding us that we are not the masters of our surroundings. We are guests. You might spend hours or days in the field without seeing a single rare animal, and that's okay. Each step you take, each observation you make, adds to your knowledge and skill. Even a day with no sightings is a day of learning, learning tracks, behaviors, or even just appreciating the ecosystem around you. Over time, these small lessons compound, and your ability to spot wildlife without expensive gear grows exponentially.